It starts just after sunrise. The sky over Istanbul is cotton candy pink. A soft breeze brushes across the rooftops as the morning call to prayer echoes from 1,000 minarets. There's a smell in the air, fresh bread, roasted sesame, and the sizzle of menemen, tomatoes, eggs, green peppers cooking on a street cart. Somewhere nearby, a couple laughs, sharing breakfast under bougainvillea. He's foreign, she's Turkish, and her leather jacket is more Paris than Mecca. This is not the Turkey most Western men imagine. Yes, it's a Muslim country, but don't assume modesty means coldness. Here, women flirt boldly in the sunlight. They wear tight jeans and eyeliner and lean into you when they talk. The East isn't repressed, it's smoldering. You can live in Turkey for under $600 a month, but this video isn't about budget travel. It's about emotional friction, the kind that happens when ancient faith collides with rooftop DJ nights, when a woman in a hijab sits across from her best friend in a crop top. Where your Western expectations don't quite hold, and something new stirs inside you. This is a place where beauty is complex. Where strangers become stories, where you might not just meet a woman, you might meet yourself. Turkey is where the map bends, and that's exactly where we're going. 1. Borders and bridges. Turkey's geographic dramaturgy isn't just another country. It's a bridge, literally. The Bosphorus Strait slices through Istanbul like a silver vein, separating Europe from Asia. And in between that split, one of the most emotionally charged cities on Earth. Stand on the Galata Bridge and you'll see it. Fishermen on one side, businessmen on the other. Call to prayer in your left ear, French rap in your right. Here, you cross continents by metro, and people cross cultural lines every day. To the west lies Greece, to the southeast, Syria, Iraq, Iran. Turkey shares borders with chaos and calm. That friction shapes everything: politics, food, even dating on the coast. In places like Antalya or Izmir, it feels Mediterranean, sunny, flirtatious, laid back. But head inland, into the heart of Anatolia, and it's more conservative, more guarded, more traditional. Then there's the drama of the land itself, earthquakes, literally and politically. After the 2023 quakes, rebuilding efforts exposed the country's cracks, economic strain, government distrust, but also resilience. Turkey is not a postcard, it's a pressure cooker. A place where empires once clashed, and now, cultures wrestle softly under the skin, and as a foreign man, you're not just visiting geography, you're walking a tightrope of history. 2. Empire in the bones. Culture, religion, and historiography. Stone in Turkey tells a story. Under your feet, Byzantium; above your head, Ottoman domes. This isn't history behind glass, it's breathing. It's around you, in the rhythm of footsteps, echoing through ancient streets. Take Hagia Sophia, built as a cathedral in 537, then turned into a mosque, then a museum, now a mosque again. But inside, you'll see Christian mosaics glowing through layers of Islamic calligraphy. It's like time here never erases, just overlaps. Yes, Turkey is Muslim. But it's also surprisingly secular, especially in the cities. You'll see women in headscarves and others in halter tops, riding the same tram, smiling at the same TikTok. They pray, they party. It's not contradiction, it's coexistence. This duality has roots. Mustafa Kemal Ataturk, the father of modern Turkey, pushed hard for westernization. He banned the fez, adopted the Latin alphabet, and outlawed religious dress in public. But President Erdogan reversed much of that, reintroducing conservative values, empowering religious schools, and bringing Islam back into everyday visibility. Still, Turkey isn't black and white, it's blush tones and shadows. It's women fasting during Ramadan but dancing at rooftop bars after sundown. It's a country where temptation and tradition walk hand in hand, and somehow don't look out of place. 3. Red lips and tea glasses. Women of Turkey turn heads without even trying. High cheekbones, olive skin, hair swept under silk or spilling over shoulders. Turkish women carry themselves with something deeper than beauty. There's a fire behind the eyes, a confidence in the posture, a kind of ancestral elegance. In Istanbul, she might brush past you in a leather jacket and heels, eyeliner thick, eyes locked on her phone. But if she stops to speak, get ready, Turkish. Women speak with force. They'll challenge your politics, tease your accent, ask what books you read. They want a man with presence, not just passport stamps. But don't mistake fire for chaos. These women are grounded, taught to value family, education, loyalty. Flings exist, but they're rare. If a Turkish woman likes you, she tests your sincerity first. Then she make time, but she watch how you treat the waiter. Whether you message when you say you will, whether your eyes wander, she notices everything. In smaller towns, tradition runs deeper. Women are more reserved, but no less formidable. Don't expect open flirting, expect deep conversation, respect, ritual. Family approval matters, and yes, the mother-in-law may be as intimidating as she is generous. But once you're accepted, once you're truly in, it's not casual. It's real, it's warm tea served at midnight. A scarf draped over your shoulders when it gets cold. A family that starts calling you son. Turkish women are not a fantasy. They're a force, and if one chooses you, prepare to rethink everything you thought you knew about love. 4. Life in motion, daily rhythm, cleanliness and manners. The morning hum starts before 8 a.m. In Izmir's backstreets, bakers are already sliding rings of sesame cement onto carts. Kids in school uniforms giggle past, chased by grandmothers wielding breakfast bags. Somewhere, a radio crackles out Turkish pop as a man carries a tray of steaming tulip-shaped tea glasses between shops. Life here is movement, but measured. Clean, courteous, and connected. Cleanliness is non-negotiable. Shoes come off at the door, hands are washed frequently. And if you visit someone's home, expect a splash of lemon-scented cologne pressed into your palms before tea is even poured. The streets may be dusty, but homes shine, floors are swept. Daily, curtains washed often, appearance matters. Even when money is tight, shirts are ironed, hair is combed, collars straightened. There's something neighborly in Turkish life. Men kiss cheeks, women hug tight. Neighbors chat about weather, politics, and whose daughter just got engaged. Cav culture thrives. Men chain smoke and sip tea for hours, arguing over football, scores, or ancient poetry with equal passion. This isn't luxury living, it's graceful living. And even in chaos, there's dignity, there's order. There's the poetry of a culture that values presence fully. 5. The $590 life. Cost of living in apartment. Here's the shocker. In Turkey, $590 doesn't just let you survive, it lets you live. Let's break it down. In cities like Antalya, Izmir, or even inland towns like Eskişehir or Konya, you can rent a small but clean studio for $200, $300. Utilities, $40, $50 max. Groceries, if you eat local, come to around $100 a month. Fresh bread daily, seasonal fruits, cheese, olives, lentils, and Turkish coffee. Eat out, a juicy lamb dürüm or spicy caved sandwich costs about $1.80. A cappuccino with sea view? $60. Local bus rides? $50. You can even get a fresh haircut for $3. For digital nomads, it's paradise. Antalya and Bodrum are full of sunny cafes, co-working spaces, and budget apartments. Steps from Roman ruins or pebble beaches, you'll meet other remote workers lounging on terraces with laptops and cement crumbs. Want to explore? A bus ride to Cappadocia or Ephesus costs under $10. You can see the sunrise from a hot air balloon without emptying your wallet. But remember, many Turks earn $400, $700 a month, so flashing your iPhone or scoffing at local costs won't go unnoticed. The foreigners who thrive here? They speak a bit of Turkish, respect the rhythm, tip generously, and smile often. You can stay visa-free for 90 days. Americans, Canadians, Europeans. For longer, you'll need a residence permit. a process that's tedious, but doable. In return, you get a life of poetry, of slow mornings, ocean walks, and strong tea on breezy balconies. Turkey lets you live richly on very little. 6. Nights in a dry country, fun, music, and vibe. Nightfall in Turkey isn't about loud bars or wild clubs, though those exist in Istanbul, Bodrum, and Izmir. Instead, the rhythm of the night is softer, deeper, more poetic. In conservative towns, alcohol is limited, even taboo. But in modern areas, rooftop bars shimmer with city lights, couples sip raki over seafood, and young locals share laughs in beer gardens. The real magic? Tea gardens buzzing until midnight, hookah smoke curling through the air, men clapping to live folk music while old women dance with scarves above their heads. Ramadan nights transform everything. Lights dangle from mosques, food sizzles in open air, stalls and joy pulses in the streets. Mention the unspoken rule: fun here is communal. Storytelling, music, dancing, all deeply felt. Weddings explode with drumming, emotional speeches, and the bride's final look back at her parents' home. In Kadikai or Bayoklu, you'll find indie bands, poetry slams, and hip bars. But even there, the soul of the night is emotional, not indulgent. Turkish nightlife doesn't chase numbness, it seeks connection, rhythm, and something human. 7. Boundaries, brotherhood, and lost. Turkey is surprisingly safe if you follow the unspoken rules. Petty crime exists, especially in tourist zones, but violent crime is rare, police are active, and laws are enforced. However, avoid public political debates, especially about Erdogan, the army, or Ataturk. These aren't casual topics. Islam shapes public behavior. Kissing in public, walking shirtless, or being obviously drunk in conservative areas will draw scorn. Homosexuality is legal, but not widely accepted outside Istanbul or tourist zones. Foreign men are respected if respectful. Greet elders, dress modestly, learn a few Turkish phrases, and don't mistake hospitality for submission. Turkish men are proud, emotional, and fiercely protective of women, family, and honor. Still, they'll treat guests generously. You'll hear misafirperverlik, the belief that hospitality is a sacred duty. If you get lost, someone will walk with you. If you're hungry, someone will feed you. Brotherhood here is real. Mention tea invites, shared meals, and being called brother by a stranger. Respect the culture, and Turkey opens its heart. Mock it, and the door closes fast. 8. The fire and warmth of Turkey. Turkey isn't a postcard, it's a pulse. A place where opposites hold hands. Call to prayer meets club music. Hijab meets high heels. Ancient ruins sit beside glass towers. But what you'll remember isn't architecture, it's emotion. The scent of grilled lamb rising from a street stall. The metallic rattle of teaspoons in tulip glasses. A grandmother pressing bread into your hands with a smile. You'll remember the contradictions and how they feel strangely whole. A cat curled on a moss step, boys chasing a soccer ball through alleyways. A girl in red lipstick reading poetry in the park. You'll feel something here: curiosity, desire, even discomfort. But you won't feel numb. Turkey doesn't let you float, it draws you in. Show a final scene: sunset over the Bosphorus, gulls slicing the sky, and a fairy horn echoing like a heartbeat. Say, you came for the prices, you stayed for the people. Let it land, then pause, fade to the golden light of a Turkish evening, and close with a whisper. Some countries leave a mark. Turkey leaves a warmth.